Thank you so much for setting that context. Here is a question that's coming from Dr. Fortier's class. According to the two articles, peacebuilding is a domain of all sections of society, and NGOs such as CRS need to work along with the local partners in order to build peace in local communities. However, in consideration of how many voices in the communities often remain unheard, such as those of women, how does CRS aim to engage all members of the local community, especially those that are most excluded?
I think CRS insists on a level of fairness, gender balance, in cases where it applies racial balance. So, and CRS is very particular about this in all its programming. They want to ensure fairness, that everybody has the opportunity to make a contribution. In the field of peace building, the role of women is very, very important, although it has not been given the importance it deserves. I think now more and more, people are beginning to see the role that women can play. Women are no longer just identified as victims of conflict, but they're also seen as people who can play a great role. And even at the academic level, we have a whole course on gender and conflict. And the argument is that the more women we bring to the negotiating table, the better for the peace process. And there are a number of examples. If you look at Uganda, for instance, look at what Sister is doing. There are a number of women who are involved, mothers for reconciliation. In Ghana, we had a very clear example during the Liberian peace process. The Liberian women mobilized themselves and came to Ghana, and Ghanaian women joined them. So you had hundreds of women. They were not at the table, but what they did was they sat outside. And anytime the delegates came out, they rushed en masse and just engulfed them and pleaded with them to look at them, look at their children, and work towards peace. And I think that contributed in a very significant way to building peace. One of the things we say in peace building is that peace building must be comprehensive. So all the voices involved must be heard. And I think CRS is working hard towards this. At least in our programming, CRS ensured that women were always fairly represented. And one of the first training that we did in Damango was a training for a women's group. And so when we are inviting communities to the center for a training for mediation, we always give a special quota, a specific quota for women. So many elders, so many women, and so many youth, so that they can be represented. But it's a very important aspect of peace building to involve all voices. If there are voices especially voices that think that they should be heard, if they are not heard, they are going to interrupt the peace process.
Thank you very much.